good, guys? Good afternoon. Ooh, 2019. That sounds so crazy to say happy New Year. Once again, you are tuned into the podcast. Good vibes with me, your girl, Shimmy. And of course, I got my friend, my homie. Hey, Tony.
What's up? I feel like I've been so intrusive. I've been in all 3 episodes now.
I'm loving what we said before. If it ain't broken, boo, don't fix it.
If it ain't broken, right?
We got a good thing going here. But we have something even better.
I was about to say, we actually added a new wheel to our carriage.
We are now rolling on 3 wheels. We got our friend Jay. Hey, Jay.
Hey, how's it going, Guam? Hi, Shimmy. Hi, Tony.
So I must ask, how does it feel to be the literal 3rd wheel in this podcast?
Literally.
You know what? I've just taken to the role with grace, and I'm just excited to be here. I'm very honored to be here. So thanks for having me.
You know, it's a damn shame. You know, he should have been here for the dating episode, because we could have talked about 3rd wheels.
But we can always talk about that some more.
Yeah.
Dating, like we said, was so broad. It's so
Yes,
broad.
but that's not the topic today.
No.
What is our topic, Shimmy?
We're gonna jump into New Year's resolutions, cause it is January 2019.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh start.
And you know what? I think I got the perfect song to kick off 2019, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So do y'all know Lil Duval?
No.
Right. Don't worry. No shade to Lil Duval, but I didn't know who he was either until he came out with this song. It's called "Smile." I'm living my best life.
Hey.
Snoop Dogg is on the track.
Ooh.
Now everybody knows Snoop Dogg.
Okay, and that's a co-sign right there.
So it's lit.
We're gonna get to listen to it a little bit.
Yeah, of course I got a little clip for it. So I'm gonna let y'all hear it. Check it out.
I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you now. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you now. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you now. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you now.
So do you know about Lil Duval, Tony?
So you actually talked to me a little bit about him when we got started. I had no idea who he was, but now knowing where he's from, so he's from Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
So the name Little Duval makes sense. The county that Jacksonville is located in is called Duval County.
Oh.
So
That's
I'm like-
kind of like Florida. I didn't know it meant Florida.
You know, for many years I didn't even know his name meant Florida.
I didn't either.
Are you serious, both of you?
I saw his album cover and then I saw the Florida.
And I was like, oh, dude. So yeah, I didn't. I like when artists do things like that.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's so fun.
I don't know. It sometimes it's fun, but with Flow Rider, I mean, it felt kind of lazy, right?
Right. I mean, I got that instantaneously. Like, I'm surprised that both of you missed the mark. I knew he was from Florida instantaneously.
It went over my head.
Literally went over my head.
Okay.
So Duval is the county of Florida, of Jacksonville.
Is yes.
Okay, cool. And I think he's a comedian or something, right?
From what we looked up, yeah, he's a comedian.
So does that mean I shouldn't take his music seriously? Is that
I
what you're
mean,
telling me?
hey, you know, Jordan Peele started off as a comedian, and now he's a Academy Award-winning writer-director. So I
Yeah,
mean,
but Weird Al Yankovic was also like, you know, a comedian who kind of sort of no.
yeah, but he was a comedian. Like
Yeah,
all
he
of his
was.
songs are parodies.
He has that
That's
curliest hair in the game.
What I'm saying is that just because you excelled in one field doesn't mean you can't excel in another. is
Now,
my
I don't
point.
think Lil Duval is trying to be like a J. Cole or
Or like
Ludacris.
So
Yeah,
it's like Lil Dicky then.
yeah, I think he's just trying to be
Oh.
fun and make good, like fun music. Cause Smile is a fun song.
Okay, I like the title. I'll
So
say that.
would you call it a novelty song? You know, like how remember Rodney Dangerfield, the comedian?
Yeah.
He made a rap. Remember that? That was a novelty song.
I
Is it a
kind
novelty?
of sort of remember the rap, but
I don't know that one.
I mean,
I ain't get no respect at all.
well, if it's a novelty, then that inherently we wouldn't feel the need to take it seriously because it's a novelty. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. Novelty songs are not meant to be.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think he wants to take this seriously. I think it's just like I said, he just wants people to be in a good mood to understand that you were just out there trying to live your best life.
Yep.
Exactly.
Aren't we all?
Though, remember in the music video when Snoop Dogg was carrying an umbrella, and I'm like, why is he carrying an umbrella? For drizzle.
Oh my
You're so
God.
silly.
What?
Dad jokes here at Good Vibes.
Well, we need to insert some crickets in there, cause what?
hey, Shimmy, since you're editing this, add the crickets.
Okay. That's
Oh,
a little bit
man.
too technical for me. Hold on, I'll get back to that. But Snoop Dogg, I kind of like that. I don't think he ever left. I don't want to say that he ever
Oh
left.
no, but
He
not
never
by
left.
any means.
No, he never left. But I do like how he has a more fun style now.
Yeah.
You know, we still know Snoop is the OG. That title will never be taken away from him.
1, 2, 3,
Bring it to the flow. Snoop Doggy Dogg.
And
Dr. Dre is at your
door.
door. So yeah, but
Don't you mean Dr. J is at the door?
oh, yeah. So I don't think he never left, but I like how he kind of toned it down a little bit.
Mhm.
I can appreciate that. That way he can be relatable to the people
Mass
that grew up with him,
appeal.
and people who are trying to learn him now.
Right. I
Agreed.
mean, I feel like there's a whole generation of people that don't really know Snoop Dogg, and that's fine. They didn't grow up in that era.
Mhm.
We grew up in the 90s.
Mhm.
I'm a 90s baby, so I know Snoop Dogg and the whole West Coast movement of hip hop in the 90s and the golden era of hip hop very intimately. But so it's cool to see him hop on to like I don't know this Lil Duval person, but it's cool for him as an OG in the game to show love and respect to an incoming generation of hip hop artists for sure.
Exactly. I can appreciate what he's doing.
Word is bond.
For sure. What do you got to say about Snoop Dogg? Look like you got something in your mind, Tony.
What I gotta say about Snoop Dogg? Fuck that motherfucker.
Why?
No, I'm just kidding. I look funny enough. The first legit rap album I ever owned was a Snoop Dogg rap
No
album.
kidding.
Doggy Style.
No, that's a classic. That is a classic.
You know what's
hip-hop
funny?
album.
I don't know how I got away with it. My mom bought me that when I was in the 6th grade. She didn't even think about it. I read the comic that was inside the actual CD.
Yep.
And it actually teaches you how to do a blowjob. Now I didn't know this at the time because I was like, why is this dog sticking a sausage in its mouth? Oh, that's kind of interesting.
That's in the.
It's literally in the pamphlet that talks about all the songs that are in it. There's a comic book in there.
Yes.
It shows like giving a blowjob. But
Don't you love when parents are so naive to certain things like that when they just try to do things for their kids and they give them music?
Yeah, I mean, I most definitely benefited from my parents' ignorance when I was growing up and listening to music. I was listening to a lot of '90s gangster rap. You know, so.
funny enough, my mom bought me Kanye West's first album, College Dropout.
Yes.
And we put it into the CD player with all of us in the car. And so it actually opens up with a skit, and this guy's like, "What the fuck is this, Mr. West?
Oh yeah.
You think you all the hot shit? Oh, you ain't nothing but a motherfucking," like that. And I'm like just sitting there, little kid, just trying to listen to my favorite like Kanye West. I was wanting to hear it through the wire. And that's why I thought I was just gonna hear it through the wire. Jumped right into this
You was
skit where it's
"I'm
like
sorry,
cussing.
Mom."
Oh no, I didn't get that CD back for at least like 2 years.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
that's
no.
right before that's the intro right before Heard Him Say with Adam Levine. Mr. West. Yeah.
I think you're thinking, no, that's late registration. I was talking about
Oh
College
no,
Dropout.
yeah, you are right. I'm mistaken.
No, it's a fair point because it's the same guy doing the speech. So
Easy.
I remember
Good
like,
album, though.
when the
I bought that
song-
too.
When the song Gin and Juice, obviously, we're young, we're little,
Ooh.
right? So,
I don't even know what Gin and Juice was, but I'll sing it.
Yeah, you were sipping on gin and juice. You had no
Laid
idea.
back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
You had no idea what he was like. I didn't know what gin and juice was. You
Nope.
just didn't know. So mom was like, all her kids are like, she's like, y'all gonna say apple juice. And I was
Sipping
like-
on
she's
apple
like, sipping
juice.
on apple juice. And we had to literally say that. And she's like, y'all know what gin is. Y'all need to be singing about that.
That's cute.
We were
That's
like, yes,
super
ma'am.
cute. My conversations with my it was mostly with my mother when because hip hop music is very special to me in that it was the first genre that I chose for myself. It just gravitated to me. It spoke to me. It resonated with me. And so my conversations with my mother was firstly she would tell me, "You better turn that shit down. I'm gonna throw it out the window. There's all these curse words." Ironically enough, she's swearing at me, right?
The irony.
And then my thing would be like to defend them. It's like, no, you're missing the entire message. You're just hearing the curse words. You're not hearing about how this is a cautionary tale about how you shouldn't do any of these things, how you shouldn't be doing all this crazy stuff with your life, and you should push for positivity. Like, she didn't see it like that. So yeah, that's where I started developing my knack for like debating.
You know what I love? That Gin and Juice is the only rap song I know where it starts off with a guy literally pissing.
Is that what that sound is? I thought he was pouring.
No,
something.
he was pissing.
Really?
Come on, think about it. Oh, damn.
Yeah, you hear the pouring.
Shit. And I'm like, is he peeing?
I didn't. Wow,
It's
that's mind blowing to me.
Mind blown, mind.
I did
You'll
not
never
know
hear
that
the.
either.
You'll never.
Oh, dude, I could never set the same.
You'll never hear the song the same way again.
No.
Yeah.
I remember when I was thinking, like, why would he be cheering about a beer? Oh, the beer went through him like piss. Oh,
Well,
I get
okay,
it.
don't taint it. I don't. No.
Yeah, now I'm gonna
don't
hear it.
taint- I don't want to know anymore.
But I think it makes sense in the context of the album because the song before that, I think there was something happening. It was like either a skit or something led into somebody pissing. So I'm like, oh, that's why.
Can we just talk about how like skits is a lost art in the realm of hip hop? Because in the 90s, like I'm telling you, I used to digest all of these hip hop albums, and there were like skits in every single one of them. You know, it was basically. You know, for some reason, a concept album in the realm of hip hop is a new idea to me. Only because when it was going on in the 90s, it was lost on me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Doggy Style within itself is its own concept. You know, like just like All Eyes on Me by Tupac is its own concept. You know, like yeah. Anyway, sorry, I digress.
No, but I agree.
No, I agree.
Oh no, go ahead. Sure. I've been taking over the conversation. This is
Go
your
ahead, go ahead.
podcast. You.
No, I'm just saying. I noticed that too. Just like even, like I said, even like music videos, it's not like what they used to be. Like
Right.
if you look at a '90s music video, or listen to a '90s album, and you listen to one from today,
Mm-hmm.
nothing alike. Honestly, that's why I stopped watching music videos.
I think it's because the realm of music videos have changed because. In its nature, music videos were meant to promote the album, you know?
Right.
So they made little videos to like, hey, come check out Chingy's new album, Jackpot, baby.
Right.
So then they made music videos to coincide with some of the more popular songs to entice you to go buy the album. But nowadays, you know, most people, when they just hear it, they'll decide to either download it.
Yeah.
You know, they don't need a music video to convince them. The only reason music videos exist is to hawk expensive shit.
Right.
Like, oh look, he's holding an
product-
iPhone 10.
Product placement.
Exactly. That's the only reason the music video was made.
You know, like the art or the appeal of music videos is lost on me these days, just because like I mean. Before Spotify, before YouTube, before SoundCloud, I was getting all my music from the TV or the radio, you know, and like of course I'd light up when I would see my favorite music video or my favorite artist with a music video on TV. But now it's like I don't know, it's not appealing to me, and I don't think it appeals to most people. I don't feel like people are opening up YouTube to watch that video.
Nope.
They're opening it up so they can listen to it and then put their phone down and go ahead and do
Yep.
their thing.
Pretty
'Cause
much.
I personally don't like music videos anymore.
Yeah.
But there's just not a lot of style or essence to them. I think the last music video that made me go, man, that was a really good music video was Feels Like Summer by Childish Gambino. The layers of that song is fantastic.
Yeah.
And the artwork it complements the music itself because the music's deeper than it sounds. And I feel like because there's multiple points, I could make a whole video about that. I should have actually. I wanted to make a whole video on my YouTube channel about it. I got lazy and ended up not doing it. But that music video, freaking phenomenal. I love the art. I love the music. I love what he was trying to convey. Just another perfect example of an artist taking the art seriously. You know what I'm saying?
In terms of that video, you know, rest in peace, Triple X Tentacion.
Tentacion.
But there's a scene where it's ice cream melting, and that was supposed to represent Triple X, and I don't know in what way.
Because his hair was white and black. He dyed it blonde and brown. But you know what's funny? I didn't even take it like that. You know what I thought of that? I thought of that as rising racial tensions.
Okay.
Because, you know, heat is kind of a metaphor for tension, and you see how we're melting away. You know, that whole racial tension. That's how I took that old black, like brown ice cream, white ice cream, and it's melting. Like, oh, racial tensions in America because it's getting hotter. It's getting more ferocious. That's what, at least that's what I thought.
And like statistically in the continental United States, especially in areas that are heavily populated by gang members, you know, the summer is a very dangerous place to be in Chicago and LA. Like the summer is like, you know, more people die in the summer than any time because you got a lot of young bucks running around doing crazy stuff. You know what I mean? So
And-
that makes sense to me.
And that ties
whole
into the
concept.
whole overall theme of the song. It feels like summer. He feels the heat. He feels the tension that's lying in America. I mean, right now, America is a hotbed. you know, so many sides are against each other. That's why the line, you could feel it in the streets. On the day like this, the heat, it feels like summer.
Right.
He's talking about racial tensions. He's talking about the political divide. He's talking about gender divides. Again, that's what I meant by the song is deeper than it seems.
Word is bond.
It's also a critique on the modern black activist. Because his character is the modern day activist, and he's Well, I'm gonna explain. Because he's walking down and he's seeing all these problems, and he's seeing all these people having fun, but he realizes, oh, there's much deeper problems. But what happens at the end of the video? He goes back to his house as if it was just another day, and that's one of the issues I have with some modern day black activists is that they say there's a problem, but they don't take the initiative to actually do something about it.
I mean,
he walks around and he sees like, okay, they're playing, but then when he closes his eyes, he starts to think about all of the pain, all the suffering, all the problems that these individuals in his mind are going through,
Right.
and it's like him. I actually was talking to my brother about this. Like, it's the opposite of being woke. He became woke when he closed his eyes.
But see, I think
that
that's
is
more.
something.
Yeah, I think okay. See, that's
Again,
why
maybe I'm reading too much into the music
No, I
video,
don't
but
think
I
that's
thought
too
that
much.
was interesting.
But like I said, like we have so much going on, and I think that's why this song is so perfect for a time right now. Like Lil Duval, Smile, Live Your Best Life, because like
Yes.
there's so much tension out there. There's so much hate, you know, so much crime or whatever. People are so sad, and just sometimes people soak up so much bad energy, you know. And I think that's why he wrote this song. As well as just relax a little bit, you know. You ain't got time for all that hate. You just smile, keep going with your life,
Right. Living my best life.
live your best life. So
Living
that's-
our best life.
I think this song came at a perfect time. Like you said, especially in the state that America's in right now. I think we all kind of need to hear that and be reminded of that, you know.
It also came at the best time because it's the new year. Segue into
You're such a cheese ball.
into our top. See, I'm trying to help
It's
her
not
out.
her
I'm like
Not
segue.
her struggle. But yeah, it is. Let's just take this as a fresh start. You know, 2019.
Yeah.
So the topic of the day is New Year's resolutions. Now, so we're just gonna jump right into it. New Year's resolutions. How do I feel about them? Me personally, I don't hold New Year's resolutions.
Why?
I don't, because to me, I feel you don't have to wait until January 1st to be a better person.
Word is
Or
bond.
okay, let's just say because everybody's goal is always lose weight, be more healthy.
That's
you
my
know, whatever
goal.
the case may be, right? And people always like, oh, especially when it gets wind down to those holidays and to like, you know, December and all that. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start off 2019 being healthy, this and that. Well,
Right.
if you felt that you weren't healthy in July, why not start in July? You know,
Right.
you don't have to wait until the new year to be a new you. Because I feel like people, I don't know, let me just speak for me. I feel like time is non-essential. You know, I feel that time is, you don't have to wait 3 months to be a better person.
Right.
Like, because time is just a made-up concept in human beings.
We
You
getting
know?
metaphysical in here, y'all.
I really do think time is a made-up concept. Like,
Okay.
I think
Well, it's a human concept because time is it's relative to
It's-
where you are.
it's necessary.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Eh?
Drop the truth
Hitting
on the
you
Okay.
with that science knowledge,
I
motherfucker.
see ya. But you know what I mean? I feel like people take time too strong. Like what am I trying to say?
They take time too seriously. Like, oh, I have limited time to do this.
Yeah.
And I gotta do it in this amount of time, or this time I'm doing it.
Time
Like
doesn't
that.
make you because you're not guaranteed. You know what I mean? So you can like, okay, I'm gonna do better in February. I'm gonna do better in March, but you're not guaranteed March. You're not guaranteed April.
Right.
When you
You
could
know
do
what I
it
mean?
now.
So why not just do it now? And that's how I feel. Like if things just consequently happen at the beginning of the year, great. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like whether you stop talking to this particular person, or you find a new job, or you get this membership at a gym. If it happens around the new year, cool. But I don't think you should set your mind to that. Because I try to be a better person every day. Like if I realize my fault somewhere, I'm like, man, I should probably work on that.
I agree with that sentiment because I feel the same way about certain holidays. Like, you shouldn't feel inclined to buy your significant other some roses because it's Valentine's
I feel
Day.
the same way. I
You
think-
should do it when you.
At the same time, though, it's expected of you.
But
around
what? But is
Valentine's
that
Day.
expected of you because that's a social norm, or is it because of
you want
you
it?
wanted it? Yeah.
Well, it's a social norm. I'll agree with
Okay.
that for sure.
So personally, I don't take in New Year's resolutions. I stopped doing this. I want to say probably like a couple years ago. I'm 29 now, so I want to say probably was like 25. You know, I started realizing like, New Year's resolutions are my thing. You know, because then to me it leads to disappointment.
Right.
Because like, let's say it's like, okay, Jim, I'm gonna be healthy.
Uh-huh.
All right, you're gonna go to the gym, this and that, and then I don't do it.
I got something to say to this already.
Then it just kind of makes me feel like, man, I'm not reaching anything.
Right.
You know, I feel like I let myself down.
Mhm.
So like I said, I feel like resolutions can be started at any time
True.
of the year.
True, but okay, if they can be started at any time, like you just told us that you don't entertain them. Like, you know, you can make resolutions at any time, and that you're basically telling us a metaphysical concept that time is an illusion. So, you know, do you make any resolutions whatsoever, or it's just you don't do it?
Well,
It's not your thing.
I think to get to her point, you can make resolutions. You don't need to give yourself a specific
It's
date
time, yeah.
to do it.
Yeah, right, Tony. Like
Mhm.
I don't have
Like
to
you
wait.
shouldn't have to wait till I'm gonna be a better me next year. You could be the better me now
Uh-huh.
instead of saying I'm never gonna do it.
Right.
If you're
Right.
really passionate about doing it, and
You're gonna do it
I
now.
told Shimmy this when she wanted to make her podcast. If you really want to do it, what's the first thing you gotta do?
Do it.
Exactly. It's the
Because
same
what's the-
concept. It's the same concept.
You can write out, like your year plan can start today. You know, it can be from October to October,
Right,
July to July, March to March, not January to January.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Personally, that's my take on New Year's resolutions.
Okay.
Not resolutions in general.
Mhm.
New Year's resolution.
Tony, you got anything?
I no, but that's the thing. I agree with her
Oh,
wholeheartedly.
okay, well,
but
I
I did have a New Year's resolution.
What is it?
What's
I
yours?
broke it already.
Oh
I
my
told
God!
myself.
It's only day 5. See, that's what I'm talking about. Resolutions, New Year's resolutions lead to disappointment.
Now wait a minute.
Go
The
ahead.
reason it got broken is because we did
Don't
this
put that on me.
we
Don't
put-
put that-
we did this podcast. I was trying not to eat fried food, trying not to eat any rice.
Uh-huh.
And what did she say? I bought some fried
I
rice.
bought Thai
I'm gonna-
fried rice. I didn't know that was his New Year's resolution, guys. Let's just
Yeah,
throw
you
it
didn't
out
share
there.
that. You set
didn't-
yourself
I
up
would have
for
got you a
failure.
salad
I-
or something.
No, it's
No.
perfectly fine because I could, like you said, I could have just asked for a salad,
Right.
but I didn't want to be unfair to other people around me. Just because I'm on a diet
Roger
doesn't mean
that.
you guys have to be on a diet
True.
too.
Okay.
So, but don't worry, I'm still gonna take the steps that I need to. There are days, you know, you can make exceptions. It just shouldn't be every day I make an exception.
Right,
you feel me?
right.
I kind of see her perspective, and I am more inclined to agree with it. If I really wanted to lose weight, I shouldn't have waited till January 1st to lose the weight.
Right.
I should have just started losing the weight
Mm-hmm.
if I was truly passionate about it. You don't need a certain date to start doing something.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to do it, you would have done it by now.
Right.
Because my fear in that is when you start setting dates to start doing things,
Mm-hmm.
you lose. Like you said, you gotta have passion, and you gotta work when the passion is there. Because if you wait a little bit, the passion dies along with it too. Because you have to remember that some people can tend to get caught up in everyday life.
Of course,
Like let's just
everybody
say
does.
my podcast, for example. I had passion to do it, which is why I took the initiative to do it
Right.
when it was there.
Uh-huh.
Because had I not, and just like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna start it next year.
Right.
Well, life happens. I still have a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I still have other things I'm trying to pursue.
Right.
So those get in the way too. So you gotta strike when passion is burning within you.
Right. I hear you.
Because time, well, if we're gonna talk about time, time could make it fade. You know.
Right.
We don't have a lot of time in this world, Jeremy.
Oh, we don't. You know, and I agree with you guys. Like, oh yeah, you know, like
You look
next
so
month ain't
comfortable
promised.
in
You
that
do
blanket.
look
I'm wrapped up in a
Honestly.
blanket.
Can you
ladies and
explain to the
gentlemen.
audience who aren't looking at you right now what you're doing?
Well, I'm a slim guy, and so I'm very sensitive to this really awesome aircon that's in here, and so I'm cuddled up in this
Oh, sorry, you're
furry
cold.
blanket that I'm very thankful that
we might
Shimmy
actually
washed.
maybe put a picture of it a little bit.
No, we'll see about that. Anyway, like I mean, as far as New Year's resolutions
Right.
go, I would disagree with both of you.
Okay.
In that, like,
Why do you hate
I like. No, it's not that I hate you. It's I think it's a wonderful thing to go ahead and make and to actually write down, or even well, everybody's on their phone now, so they're typing it down. And the reason that I think that it's such a positive thing is your New Year's resolutions, though you guys might seem to think that it's setting yourself up for failure and for disappointment. The way I see it is New Year's resolutions are like not promises necessarily for yourself, but hopes. And so when I do my New Year's resolutions, and I have a few, I write them down. And then, even though I might not even get through half of the list, it's just nice to sit there at the beginning of the year and dream about it. I'm gonna plant a tree somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and be more environmentally friendly. I'm going to watch my weight, which is a common thing, and that's no problem. Don't let anybody shame you for wanting to get into the gym and make a healthy lifestyle decision for yourself, no matter what point in the year it is, the beginning, the end, the middle, whatever it is. Just go ahead and do your thing and reach for your positivity.
I have a question.
What's up?
Can I shame myself at least?
Oh man, you know what?
Tony, get out.
I think people need to move away from stuff like that, man. Like shaming yourself. Like, I've been there. I feel like if you have a mind and a heart, then you have your own insecurities. You are aware of your own shortcomings. Otherwise, you're delusional. I'm hyper aware of my.
I like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hyper aware of my own shortcomings, but at the same time, and the shortcoming could be as simple as not going through with all of my New Year's resolutions, to bring it back. At the same time, in recognizing your own faults, you also recognize your own beauty and your own worth. Because I believe that, your faults and your flaws and the promises that you can keep and you have to break are ultimately what make you you, and everybody is beautiful in their own way. You know what I mean? And so it's, as opposed to thinking about creating New Year's resolutions as setting yourself up for failure, I think it's a good way to plan for the year ahead. You know what I'm saying? And the hopes and dreams that you have. You know what I'm saying? The things that you wish you want to do. You might not do, but just the fact that it's in your mind to do.
I guess it's like like you said, look into the future. What you're trying to set your goals to be.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Goal, being goal oriented. That's exactly how I see New Year's resolutions.
I hear you. I feel like, though, you kind of misunderstood, or maybe it's a bit of a misrepresentation on our end. I don't think we're trying to say that we're saying they're gonna fail. It's just that we're saying instead of
gonna fail, man.
It's not about having a nihilistic approach. It's more like, if you really want to do it, you should do it now.
Right.
You can do it now.
Right.
You still have that hope there. We're not taking hope away. We're just saying,
oh, you hopeless bastards.
Exactly.
I think
Listeners.
I'm the one most hopeful, optimistic person that I know. At least I try to be.
What
right?
about me?
You're there.
I don't know. You speak for yourself.
Okay.
Speak for yourself. That's a
I said-
FS1 program.
I said I'm the most optimistic, hopeful person I know. Right? Because that's what I'm trying to be.
I
for
guess she
myself,
doesn't know me, guys. I'm not actually your co-host. This is not me.
But
My
you
name's
can-
not
you can have
Tony.
hope.
It's actually.
You can have hope at any point,
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we're not saying that your New Year's resolutions equal failure.
Yes.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
Okay.
Some people actually stick to them. Great,
Yeah.
But like I said, you don't have to start at the beginning of the year.
I hear you. It's like, you know what that reminds me of?
What?
That Michael Jackson song. I forgot what the song is, but I
I'm
know
gonna make a change.
that one. And then the last
for what's
line,
in mine.
the last line of the song is him whispering, "Make that change."
He's literally whispering in your ear while you're in the wishing tree.
I'm
that change.
talking about the man in the mirror.
Ah, yeah.
What is one resolution that you have?
I have the same New Year's resolution every single year, and it's always my number one, and it is to continue to strive toward positivity, and to learn from my mistakes and to be a better person every single day. I know that sounds really general, but I feel like if you use that as a guideline, as a baseline for your goals, like, I think you're always going to succeed in that, right?
And I think, as cliche as we think it may sound, as I'm, going through certain things in my life and, experiencing more, because I started doing this, I want to say mid last year, self-awareness, right? Because a lot of people don't understand that, don't have it. But that is a very important thing. You have to realize where you messed up at, where you need to pull back from, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. And like I said, I just started paying attention to that to myself, especially after my breakup from my last, right? It just shifted something in me. I'm like, okay, I was putting too much time on this person and not enough time on myself.
Right.
So what I started doing last year is when, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm not a perfect person. And there's something that...
babe, I'm pretty perfect. My gosh. Have you seen how I look?
Okay. And there are some things that people tend to look over when it's them. Like, I may not notice that I could be a little emotional sometimes. Let's just take that for example, right?
Yeah.
But when you start being self-aware, you're like, oh, Shimmy, you probably shouldn't have reacted to something like that, or you should probably be more of this. You know what I mean? I think noticing one's flaws is important, and not blaming someone else.
Yes.
So I think
for
self-awareness is the resolution that I want to continue working on, because I feel like I've progressed better than if you would have caught me where I was at the age of 26 versus the age that I am now, 29, I am a completely different person.
Wait, you're turning 29? You're not 35? What?
I am, contrary to popular belief, I am only 29. Somebody thought I was like 36. I was like,
I don't know
Ooh.
I don't know
You
how you
never-
grow white hairs in your
never-
weave, but you know what I'm saying?
First of all, I got white hair.
You never assume the age of a woman. How dare you?
So you only 29? I was like, yeah. I thought you were so much older. I was like, whoa.
Girl, you're 21, girl, that's alright. I wonder if the shake come with them fries. If so, can I get them supersized?
Yeah. So, and if I would continue with resolutions, one will be to get back to working out how I was before.
Okay. How were you working out before?
I would do a run every morning. I run my
See, that's
block.
what I want to do.
I would run my block every morning before heading to the studio.
Okay.
So is the block hot?
It was hot. That's why I stopped running.
Block is hot.
I was like, I couldn't keep up. I was like, man, this is crazy. But I noticed that the changes in myself mentally and physically, and I want to get back to that moment. And I felt so good. I was like, my clothes are fitting. I had more stamina.
I got the sauce.
Walking up the stairs, I wasn't dying. I'm like,
It doesn't hurt when I bend over to tie my
I can tie my
shoes.
shoes, no problem. So I do
My
want to
gut's not getting in the way when I sit down.
Awesome.
And I do live in a nice, a more comfortable area to run where I'm living at now. So I wouldn't mind running the block after work, maybe just to get back into the groove of things.
Right.
I don't want to go hard in the gym.
Right.
When I'm too poor to pay for a membership.
Yeah, the gym memberships, I'm
too
telling
poor
you.
for that.
Too poor.
I'm telling you, they're expensive, but I feel like they're totally worth it. The way I see gym memberships, and I know that this is a big New Year's resolution, so I'll just speak on this more. Like gym memberships are extremely expensive. The one that I just got it for Christmas, but I know that that sucker is $500 for a year.
Wow.
But that investment, the way I see it is, it's an investment in you. When I go to the gym, that is me time. My phone is not with me. You will not be able to reach me.
Yep.
That is me time. And I take my sweet time about it. I'll spend an hour just stretching, and then I finally get into my workout. And I might work out for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, but that's because like my body type is an ectomorph, so like less is more for me. But it feels amazing to spend that time with yourself, and I'm right there with you. Spend more time with yourself to become aware of your emotions, aware of how you feel, what is missing in your life, what do you want to have more in your life, you know what I'm saying? And then go ahead and make the changes to chase those things. And I think when it's something so different, when it's something that is completely outside of what you're used to doing, that's when it can be intimidating and you need support. But say you're around a bunch of people, like if we're talking like working out and your family members are eating like mine, eating canned goods like all the time that are extremely unhealthy for you, it'd be pretty hard to keep to that when
The temptation.
for sure, man. But yeah, man, I'm all for that. I'm proud of you for that.
I think,
Yes, girl.
I think wellness overall is something that should be achieved more. Wellness, not even just physically, I think mentally. Find that one thing that relaxes you. Like for you, Jay, maybe going to the gym. You know what I mean? You enjoy going to the gym, And just find that moment where you want to put your phone away.
Yep.
Whether it's meditating, because what
Yep.
I find doing is where sometimes I'm just in my room and I put on like my favorite instrumental, right?
And rap over it.
And no, I don't
No,
rap.
okay.
I'm not a rap. My favorite instrumental.
I'm not a rapper.
And I just relax. I just think about all things I want to think about. Either if I have to write, I want to get into writing things down too. I noticed that helped me a lot. Write them down, think about it, figure out your action steps. You know, do that for like 30 minutes or an hour. And I
Action
noticed
steps.
when I did that, I started to feel so relaxed. You know, it felt like a whole bunch of weight was lifted off my shoulders. As I would go through my everyday life, when I was running and when I was doing those meditations for about 30 minutes or so, not being on my phone, I felt so good going through life.
You know what's cool is like I'm noticing this, and it's been a trend that's been on the rise for quite some time now. Is there are a lot of people that are into stuff like meditation and of course like a healthy lifestyle, but meditation specifically. Like in 2018, I saw a lot of people get into like the power of healing crystals, which I haven't tried, so I haven't
tried. Yeah, I can't speak
but
on it.
a lot of people were
I don't
into
trust
that.
those things.
Why not?
I don't trust healing crystals. It just seems like one of those what's the word I'm thinking of?
Bougie.
Get rich quick schemes kind of thing.
Okay. So
Take
that's
these
kinda-
crystals. It's gonna make you great.
Oh
I'm like,
man, if
no.
someone's saying it like that, they mean crystal meth. So you walk away from
I
that,
am
man.
dead,
You
boy.
need to find an adult.
I don't believe in quick solution health. 'Cause health is not something that's a quick solution.
Okay.
That takes time. you know?
Right.
A crystal ain't gonna help you just like, oh man.
But see,
Amazing.
like with the healing crystals, right? Even if it's a placebo, it has a placebo effect, right? It doesn't really do anything. It's just a damn pretty rock that's shining in the light, you know. Even if it's a placebo, I'll just relate it to this saying that someone told me a long time ago. It's like you don't have to change the world. All you have to do is change your mind. So if the placebo is changing your mind, it's making you feel like you're getting this support that
Then
you
the
this
things
healing
around
that
you change.
Yes, ma'am.
Because that's a concept that I feel should be more appreciated too. Your mind is a very powerful tool.
Yep.
Right? And I know people. We all know people who are just so sad and so depressed. Right? Everything there's always a problem to a solution. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I try to tell people like, dude, everybody got it hard. Everybody going through something. Everybody got one thing that they just wish they could change, right? But I was like, if that's the case, this world will be so sad. There will be no happy people because there's always something to complain about. Let's just be real.
Uh-huh.
But you have to change your mind, like you said.
Right.
Change your mindset because that's what I started doing. I really had to train myself to do that. You have to train yourself. It's not something you wake up doing. You don't wake up like, I'm going to be a positive person today.
Yep.
It doesn't work like that. It takes time, and some people heal faster than others.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had to take a year and a half off for myself. I did.
Mm-hmm.
No dating, none of that. I had to focus on myself. A year and a half, and I was like, you need to start being more optimistic. You need to start looking at there's always something good in something bad. You know what I mean? You may have to dig a little bit deeper, but you can always find something good in every situation.
Yep.
And I wish that concept was understood by more people because a lot more people that I know will be so much happier. I'm like, your life is great. What do you not see? You know, but people are so focused on what's bad. Oh, I didn't get this, or this wasn't done right. And I'm like, but you're forgetting about all the things that are great.
Right.
That did happen, that you did accomplish. You know, look, if you compare yourself to where you were, a year ago till now. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm a totally
different.
Shimmy knows this more than anybody.
we both met each other at a different state of mind,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you have to train yourself to be optimistic. And I think that's enough. Like I said, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm damn sure not where I used to be.
For sure, and then like I feel like the life and reality and has a way of dampening your light. I most definitely have been faced with enough adversity in my life where I had to question like who I was many times, and because just generally people that actually know me to be a positive person. Like I'm always smiling. I always got something positive to say. But when faced with real adversity, real turmoil, real heartbreak, you know, it makes you question whether, you know, that is how you want to live. And it's just really easy to succumb to just what everybody else is doing. And you know, and I take a look around, and yes, we are making strides in terms of loving ourselves better and loving each other better and loving the world better, but there are lots of people that are stuck in that state of mind of like, man, life is shit. So I'm just going to treat it like how it is, call a spade a spade. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and so I'm just going to be the biggest dog that's going to eat everything up, you know what I mean? And not give back. Like, take everything and not give back.
But to me, I think that's, like you said, that's why life seems to be so unfair for them, because of that mindset that they're in, you know? If you attract what you are. And that's, I believe that.
Right.
Yeah, you can be the happiest person ever. You're still going to face some things, but overall, your life is going to be great.
Oh yeah.
Because like I said, I noticed once I started shifting my mind and how I thought, my life has become so prosperous. Like things that I didn't even think could come to pass have happened already. I'm like, whoa, because I changed my interaction with people. I changed the way I thought about people. I didn't hold grudges. So you know, like you gotta learn to let things roll off your shoulders, right? I learned to do that.
You gotta
too.
get that dirt off your shoulders. You gotta get
That
dirt off your shoulders.
Hey.
Yo, back in the building, Brooklyn. We're back on the mat.
Huh.
How many references have I made so
I don't know,
far?
you made a
We've
lot.
made quite a number. You and
You
I,
did a lot.
between you and I, we've made.
I actually had to refrain myself from making some references because I really like where this conversation was going, and I didn't want to ruin it with jokes. Because sometimes you gotta let it flow, and this is a beautiful discussion that we're having. You know, you can't ruin it with a joke. Sometimes.
That just reminded me of like another New Year's resolution that I've made for myself, and it's to be a better listener. You know, a lot of times when you're listening to a friend and they're telling you about their problems and whatnot, the temptation to hop in and offer advice because you want to help this person is just so it's so high, that temptation. And so I have a friend that's going through something in Jacksonville, Florida.
Hey! Duval! Shout out to Duval!
You know what I'm saying? Like she's staying in Jacksonville, Florida, and she's going through a really heavy time in her life. And when she was telling me about it, just because I know it was hard for her to tell me about it, I had to actively remind myself to shut up and listen. Just listen to her. And if you are gonna ask her questions, then ask her questions that make it so that you are an active listener. So that's one of my New Year's resolutions, is to be a better listener.
I like that. That's something I feel I need to work on too. Because me and Jay are the same. We get, especially if we're opening up to each other, we get so excited, so passionate, and want to talk about, I think this and that. But I understand what you mean, and I learned to do that too. Just sometimes you just wait. Because some people just need a listening ear.
Yeah.
Sometimes people I'm not coming to you for advice, Shims. I need somebody to put this weight on real quick. You know what I mean?
Even if they know it or not, because a lot of the times, like when I was going through my funk, when I got back to Guam in 2017, and when I got back to Guam, I was reaching out to a lot of people, and I was just trying to. I just needed somebody to talk to. And I didn't have that, and a lot of people meant well. Advice, any advice that you that is given to you or that you give is meant well. But at the same time, I didn't recognize that what I needed was someone to listen.
Right.
And I wasn't finding it, and so I went through a whole slew of people that I would talk about my problems with, only to feel all the more empty. Because of it, because I didn't feel like anybody heard me. There were just a lot of people telling me that like I should do this, do that, and do the other. And speaking of, advice, there's gonna, in your life, and anybody's life, you're gonna hear a lot of advice. And what you have to do is you have to listen to it, you have to digest it, and you have to see if that fits into your own truth. And this is something that me and Shimmy have been talking about all this week. Fitting it into your own truth. The truth is one thing, but it makes sense to different people for different reasons.
But everybody's perspective is a little different.
Yes.
That I like how you said that the truth is one thing. The truth is the truth.
Yeah, the truth is true.
What it is. But how
Subcategory to
yeah,
it.
how you choose to digest it is up to you. Me and Jay could be going through the same thing, but my perspective or how I need to handle it is something completely different.
Right.
Like I said, Jay may need to go for a run, to clear his mind. But
I
me,
do run. I'm do cardio.
well,
Babe, I'm trying to bulk.
I may need to go listen to music for an hour. Like I like that you gotta, like I said, you gotta take advice and take the pieces that fit you best.
Where's Vaughn?
Because like I said, somebody could tell you the same thing, from 3 different people.
Yeah, like it's different things that speak to you, and like you know me to be a Christian person. I'm a Christian man, and for a long time, long time, Christianity didn't make sense to me. I just couldn't get down with it. It just didn't resonate with me, and that. But I feel like, in the spiritual sense, there are different avenues in which God speaks to you.
Right.
And for me, since the time that I can remember, being such a young kid, music was always the way that God spoke to me.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? It was just that avenue that made the most sense to me, and so that was my truth. I found most of my truth through music, through sound, through vibration.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
So music is my savior?
Dude,
Hymns!
Jesus Christ is my savior. You know what I'm saying? But he makes.
I guess that's why you're hot, huh?
That's why I'm cold right now. I just blanket
Okay.
on like an Eskimo.
Funny enough, me and Jay actually had a long discussion about Christianity. It was a very interesting one.
I'm a Christian man, but I despise religion. It's just not my thing. It doesn't resonate with me. But I still practice and I still pray and I still meditate on that. You know what I mean? That might be a contradiction to a lot of people, but that's my truth.
Hey, there's nothing
But
wrong.
like I said, everybody should just live their life how they want to. A lot of things aren't gonna make sense to a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's just not. It don't matter how many times you try to explain it, whatever the case may be. Everything's not gonna make sense to everyone.
Right.
And I think that's the beauty in a lot. I think that's the beauty in life. Because I may not have to agree with what you're saying, but you're enlightening me somehow. You're teaching me something that I didn't know before.
Each one teach one. Iron sharpens iron as man sharpens his brother.
Dang.
Dig that.
Okay.
My word is
I
bond.
see ya.
So this podcast is gonna be retitled from a New Year's resolution to deep shit.
Okay. What just made it stuff? Yeah, deep shit.
We're gonna hit you with some deep shit.
I think
This time we got hella deep.
I think you can
Hella
find,
deep. There you go. That's what we're calling
you
it.
can find depth in many other things. Like just to bring it back to music. Okay, so there's this song that I really love.
This is why I'm hot.
And no, it's not. This is Why I'm Hot by Mims, right? It's by
Mims?
It's probably not even Mims, but it's the song called Knucklehead. It's by a band called Fight Like Apes, and it sounds like this really silly song. They use a lot of synthesizers and whatnot. It's a very obnoxious song, I'll admit, but there was something about the lyrics in the song that resonated with me. And it wasn't until just recently that I analyzed it and why it made so much sense to me. The first lines in it are, "Hold up, stay fresh, and don't let that beast consume you yet. You're looking like a rack of lamb, but you're talking like a caravan." Like in the way I interpreted that last line, you're looking like a rack of lamb. Lamb is like in a Christian perspective, that's the representation of Jesus Christ. A lamb is an innocent, a peaceful creature that will do you no harm, right? So you're looking like this innocent person, but you're talking like a caravan. A caravan could be like, it's the name of a van for sure, and a caravan or a car in general will spit out all these emissions that are pollution, basically. You know what I'm saying? And one of the last lines in the song are like, what is it? They spell out knucklehead. I'm a K-N-U-C-K-L-E. I'm a K-N-U-C-K-L-E. I'm a knucklehead, so get into bed with me. And it's basically when you find this person. The song is about finding this person that is just as messed up as you, quote unquote, right? Because we're all kind of messed up.
In our
Life
own
does
way.
that to you. You find that person that just resonates with your soul. And rather than just wallowing in your own sorrow and choosing to go about it alone, you choose to let this person into your tribe, and then you find a better way
To me,
together.
that is the most beautiful feeling ever.
Oh, hell
when
yeah.
you find someone that you just sync with. There is nothing being forced. It's like you know them your whole life. You know, I think to me that's when I find the most, like I get the most tingles. Like it doesn't even have to be romantic. It could be platonic. You know, no matter what level I meet this person on, when I find someone I just click with, I get so genuinely happy because that's so rare now, you know?
Yeah.
To find someone that you just like, I can talk with you all day and I don't feel awkward not 1 second.
Right.
I think that is so beautiful.
I think love is found when you are allowed to, when you feel like you have permission to be yourself, for better or for worse. When you feel free to express yourself, be it verbally or through action or through inaction, even because that's an action within itself. I find that that's where love is found. That's the root of love, foundation of love is freedom.
And like I said, don't always have to be romantic. You know, like friendship. You can, just like me and Jay, for example, or me and you, Tony, whatever. We all feel like we don't have to put this wall up when we're hanging out. It's literally, that's when we feel our shoulders drop the most. I know I feel like that when I'm with you guys. I'm just hanging out. I'm like, ooh,
let my hair down.
I don't have to be a certain way. I can be Shimmy 100%. You know what I mean? And I
see ya.
And I think that's just, I love that. And I just wish more of that for more people, you know? More connection.
And all things in due season, because, you know, everybody is trying to figure themselves out. I say this to a lot of people, and it's that one of the most disappointing things that you may ever hear in your life is that you will be working on you until the day that you die. And that I say may be disappointing, because some people might interpret that as, I will never have it figured out. I will never have my ducks in a row. The planets will never align, and I will never be that person. You can view it like that, or you can view it in a different sense.
As a learning experience.
Yes,
something
exactly.
fun. You're like, oh my God, that means I get to be another, like I can be a more awesome version of myself next year, or tomorrow I can be something different. Like you can look at it like that, because like I said, that goes into mindset. That goes in how you think about life, how you choose for it to reflect. You know what I mean? So like you said, somebody could be saying like, man, I'm gonna be like this, you know. I'm never gonna be happy.
Yeah, I'm never gonna figure myself out until I die. I'm gonna have to work on me till I die.
No, that's not at all. Well, that's not how I feel. Like I said, to me, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's mystery. You're like, ooh, what am I gonna be?
Yeah, man. You gotta take the good with the bad. Like, and since we're doing quotes and whatnot, you know I love hip hop. I love Project Pat, right? You know what I'm saying?
Here it goes.
Project Pat has this. He has this lines like, gotta mix the good with the bad. Smile with the sad. Love what you got and remember what you had.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, you know what, guys? I think I have a New Year's resolution.
Okay.
I need to start reading some philosophical stuff so I can talk deep shit like you guys.
Oh, man, I don't read no philosophical.
I'm gonna get deep in a second.
I think it's the people that I choose to hang around with.
Of course.
I think. You know, Jay is a huge inspiration when it comes to intellectual thinking. My brother plays a huge role in my life.
Yup, that man is smart.
He is. I tell people this all the time. He's my dad. He's my brother. My best friend, wrapped up into one.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Ronnie. Yeah. So I think it's just all about who you choose to surround yourself with.
Agreed.
And then you share these life experiences with each other.
Yep. You're
and
on the
you
company
just
peak.
bounce off ideas from each other. You know, you take time to hang out and like to expose yourself to another person.
Yeah, vulnerability, man.
Vulnerability is key. But like Jay said, we were talking about earlier, you just know when you connect with someone.
Yep.
You can't be vulnerable with everyone. As much as you may want to be, you cannot, because that energy doesn't allow it. And energy doesn't lie.
There are some real vampires out there in the world that will deplete.
They want to suck the life out of you.
I did not believe that until I came into a past encounter, you know, and this person drained me. Like, and I was telling my friend, I was like, wow, I never experienced being drained before. You know, and I'm like, this person literally drained me, and I had to cut the friendship off.
Cut
And
that
once I
individual.
did, I felt so alive. I was like, whoa. Oh, okay, so it is true.
Vampire.
People do have a weight on their
Yes.
shoulders sometimes. People can, and I mean, it's no shade to anyone, but like I said, you just gotta know when the connection's there
Yep.
and when it's not there.
There are real incubus and succubus in the world. That's another term for a vampire, or you can interpret that as a vampire. And to quote the late great reggae artist Peter Tosh, vampires are real in the world, except they don't come out and bite your neck at night. What they do is they cause something so that blood shall be spilled. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that those energy vampires that are out there, man, they're waiting for
And
that.
all I gotta say is, people think it, you know, you hear about energy and vibes a lot now, but energy is real. Energy is real. Connections are real, and you have to pay attention to them. Because if not, you will get sucked into it without even realizing it. Until it's like you're like, whoa, I'm not myself. What am I doing? You know,
Yeah.
who am I? When you begin to lose yourself, you're like, okay.
Yep.
You gotta dissect the problem.
You know, you brought up a good point about feeling vibes. You know, since this is the Good Vibes podcast, right? That's what we're all here about. You know, spreading truths and giving some good vibes.
Right.
So, how would you like to sum up this latest episode of Good Vibes, the Shimmy?
Man, we had so many great quotes in this thing. Like,
It's a vibe.
You know, we're just gonna use it all. We're gonna use it all.
I did find this one. You're the only person you have to live with for the rest of your life. Why aren't you in love yet?
Stop it.
I love that quote because, like it ties into everything we just discussed. You have to love yourself to love life.
My word is
Yes.
bond.
If you do not love life, your life will always seem horrible, right? And it goes back to you have to live with your head.
Yeah.
You have to.
You gotta live with
so
yourself, babes.
put happy thoughts in there. Like I said, it doesn't happen overnight. Like I said, I had to start working on this a year and a half ago. You know, so it may take longer for you. Some people take 8 months. Some people take 2 years. Some people take 5. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't just because their journey seems shorter than yours. They start at a different time. You know,
Right.
so you have to love yourself. Love yourself, and life. I promise, life will give it back to you.
Correct.
Give it back to you.
And that's gonna do it for us, I guess.
That was beautiful.
I gotta say that the last 25, 30 minutes, some deep shit.
Has it been that long?
I don't even know what
I don't
time.
even
I'm
know
gonna
what
look at
time
it and I'm
it
gonna
is.
have a heart attack.
We said this podcast for 30 minutes, but it totally didn't happen.
But I mean, it's because the conversation was so
When it's there, it's
natural.
there.
When it's there, it's there. Why stop a good thing, right?
Where's bond?
But
Well-
sometimes you gotta stop it.
There you
For,
go.
But thank you guys. It's always awesome hanging out with you. Of course, Tony, I don't know, we might as well call you my co-host for now. And then we got our friend Jay in the building. You know what? You already know the deal. You guys be blessed to be breezy. Thank you so much for tuning in once again to Good Vibes and meet your girl Shimmy. And we'll catch you next time. Happy New Year.
Deuces.
Happy New Year and subscribe.